everybody. How are you all doing today? I hope that you are doing amazing. For today's video, I was inspired by someone I consider a pillar in the ASMR community and someone whose videos help me greatly in various difficult periods, back to when I couldn't even have dreamt of making my own ASMR content, and that is none other than domestic ASMR goddess Maria, or gentle whispering. So for today's video, I wanted to fold some clothes and focus on different fabric sounds. For example, let's say this towel. And the reason I wanted to be making this video, actually there's two reasons. Well, there's many reasons, but one is that I find hand movements to be really soothing. When they're done slowly and when they're dealing with a task, if that makes sense, like sewing or knitting or cooking or doing this. The other reason is because I find fabric sounds to be a very unique and delicate trigger. Some can take it or leave it, honestly, and I respect that, but a lot of people enjoy fabric sounds, and I also think that sometimes different fabrics can remind me of the ocean sound that mic brushing sometimes resembles. So there's that. And then another reason I wanted to do this is because sometimes I get really intense ASMR by things that mostly remind me of things. For example, there could be a video that doesn't have really good sound in the sense of an expensive or really good microphone, but it could give me, in combination with the visual aspect and at what point in the day I might watch it, it will awaken ASMR through a memory of the action. For example, thinking that the girl that sits behind me in class is playing with my hair, or when I see two friends doing ASMR, it reminds me of, hanging out with your best friends and maybe you're tired, but you're content and you're just slowly dozing off to the sound of someone talking. And so for this specific one, this reminds me of having woken up early on a weekend morning, still in the sleepy state, and listening to my grandma iron clothes while I'm sitting there on the couch trying to wake up, and I have this relaxed feeling wash over me. So if you know what I mean, I think this video might be for you. So I picked a few items and I used the method, well, not exactly, not like 100% correctly, but I found that it benefits my folding and storage needs to fold my clothes, stacking the items, like that method that sparks joy. So for towels, to be honest, towels, sheets, and socks, I think I always get it a little bit wrong. But you find what works for you and you just do your own thing. So for towels, these small ones, I fold one side in the middle, then I take the other side and I fold over. And this is where it gets tricky if something is small. I would either go all the way to the top and then half again, which seems a little bit chunky for this size. So instead what I would do is I would take the side, fold it like this, and then let it meet the other one over it. So then it will sit, especially next to something else, perfectly upwards like this. The more you have, the easier they are, of course, to stock up. That's why it's better for drawers or storing boxes. So I have a second towel here. This towel is slightly bigger, and it is a kitchen towel. I'm going to lift my sleeves a little bit. So this one, which is a good size for an example, I will take the long side and fold it in the middle, put the edge in the middle. Then I will take the other side and cover the other one. So you now have this beautiful rectangular shape. And then I will take the bottom part, bring it all the way to the other top, leaving a centimeter or two at the edge. Then I would fold one palm and a second palm. And then again, I have a perfect square. This fabric is a little bit thin, so it sits upwards a little bit more delicately than the rest, but you always keep in mind that you would stack them with other towels so you wouldn't risk them falling. And that's for that. So then I have a nice long sleeve shirt. This one is by American Vintage. And sometimes, not so much in whites, but still sometimes, depending on what I see. I will take this hair remover roll and I will remove any dust particles that I see or pet hairs that have gotten stuck in my clothes while drying. I do not always do that, as it is not always necessary, but it is just a fact that sometimes it's more necessary than others. I wanted to have used a second camera, one that I would have put up close here, like some older writing and stationery videos, but unfortunately my phone broke and I have not had the means to fix it or replace it, but it is obviously at the top of my priority list because a lot of things that I do for the channel and not only I do on my phone. Anyway, so how I would do this is I always put them facing up. I don't mind because I can tell my clothes apart. So what I do is, here at the line that I create at the neck, the scoop of my neck of my shirt, I fold it in Okay, and then I create this little thing. And if it's a long sleeve, I fold backwards over itself here. Then fold over like this. And then do a little triangle and pull it down alongside its body. So then I will meet the other side over it. I will take the sleeve back and over and triangle down, and we find ourselves again with this beautiful long rectangle like the towel, which allows us to bring to the top with a centimeter or two opening at the top. Then a palm fold, then one more, and you have a gorgeous little folded long sleeve shirt. Okay. I have this t-shirt here. It says "Me in Amsterdam," and it's a little girl wearing her headphones with her pigtails. And my mom had gifted this to me on a trip she went to Amsterdam, of course. Years before it would even cross my mind that I would once live there. Anyway, so for the t-shirts, I find it's the same, but so much easier. I go once over at the scoop of the neck, yeah, and bring the sleeve back, then meet the other side over and put the sleeve back, and then we have this rectangular shape that we've come to love, and we pull this at the top, and then we go 1 and 2, and we have our beautifully folded t-shirt. Another way you can do this, if this is too chunky for you or you find that it suits you better, I do it depending on the item of clothing I'm dealing with. I can do it halfway and then 1 over and the edge, and it seems a little bit skinnier. It doesn't sit up top itself so much, but alongside other t-shirts, it will work just fine. I will do one more t-shirt. This is a plain black t-shirt that I really love wearing a lot. I will de-hair it a little bit, just like so. And here, and a little bit at the back. And this is just to put in the closet, okay? Just to make sure it doesn't transfer any huge amount of hair into other, well, not cleaner, maybe less catty. So again, I will put down like this. This is a good large t-shirt. Like I said, it's my favorite, so it will give us a good example of what happens when you have a wider item of clothing. And the same way I meet in the neck of my t-shirt. So what I mean by that is where the shoulder would begin. And I fold there and I So here it's a little bit more falling down rather than like tight. So it's a bit wide and the sleeve is a little bit loose, but it doesn't deter me. I make this visual, I visualize this parallel, then I fold over, I put the sleeve back, go at the top, once over, twice over, and it's done. The only issue that one might have with this is that it is a little bit wider than a normal t-shirt, but that doesn't create a problem for me, as I put the wider t-shirts at the back and the smaller ones at the front in my drawers. Last but not least, I will do a pair of trousers as well, and then a pair of underwears just for information's sake. This is quite large, tall, not that tall, it's mine. But what I usually do is I fold a pair of pants in the middle. So I will fold like this, the classic, where you take the waist and you go like this. And then I will fold inwards. The part here that usually protrudes in trousers. And holding this down, I will flip over the waistline and I will leave as much as my waistband. I will not fold over it. And then I will do one palm like the t-shirts, the second palm. Jeans are usually the hardest, of course. And then again, a perfectly standing pair of jeans. And I don't do this for my clothes to stand up. I do this because it's easier to pull them out without breaking apart everything else. And because that way I can see every item individually in a nice way. So finally, I got 2 pairs of underwear. I took one of each to show you. So for men's briefs, let's say these boxers, and this is a combination of what I've seen and what suits me, because to be honest, I don't always remember the way. I take the pair and fold, holding the waistband, I fold more at the bottom part of the shorts because it's uneven. Usually boxers specifically, they're tighter at the top, wider at the bottom. And then with the other side, I keep that side down with this finger and close the bottom side. And then I adjust. So now I have sort of even size of bottom and top. And then I fold one in the middle, one more, and again, I got our pair of underwear like this. Stack them next to each other, pick up the one you want. It's all neat and tidy. And for the ladies' briefs, I have this material here. It's a really nice fabric, the kind you can't see through clothes, but it's not tight and uncomfortable on the body. What I do with these is I take it bottoms up and pull the middle part in like this, then fold one over and the other side, and you've got this, right? But then I also go like that, and that way they have their own little stacking thing. This will be too thin to sit up, but then I have them all like this next to each other, and they're just really, really tidy. So I'll do this one again. One over in the middle, left side in, right side in, and then one more fold. And voila! So this is all your clothes. I will pull them back for you to see. This is how they looked, all stacked and tidy. This is how I like to do them. Trousers with trousers, tops with tops, long sleeves with long sleeves. And then at the end, I usually just put in the drawers or in between them a little lavender leaf to keep any unpleasant smells away, and as well any bugs that might be interested in putting holes through my clothes. So this is how I do it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed making it. And now I'll see you again in the next one.